this is your April 2013 forecast. We're going to start off the month with quite a bit of planetary influence in your third house. The third house is the house of communication, short trips, and writing, emailing, anything where you're kind of reaching out, maybe social networking, maybe you're advertising or publishing. So it has a lot to do with communication in all facets. And or maybe small trips. Maybe there's a lot of focus on taking a small trip. That focus, and there will be a new moon on the 10th of April as well in that same house. So new moons tend to signify the beginning of something. So maybe this will be the time when you take that short trip or start on some new publication or writing if you're involved in a manual or something like that. This will be the time when you might start on that project. Towards the middle of the month to the third week of the month, that focus will shift to your fourth house of home, property, and family. So you're going to go from a focus on communicating to a focus on, which is a little bit more introverted, where you're focusing on the home and your property. Maybe you're renting or leasing or buying a home, or maybe you're redesigning or doing some construction on your home. So yeah, or it could be with your family. Maybe you're just spending a lot of time with your family. You have a lot of focus on your family at that time. Mercury will start off in your second house of income. So there might be a lot of talk with regards to income. Maybe you're trying to negotiate with your boss, or investments. Possibly you're talking with your broker about, how you can move forward with regards to investments and increase your income. It's also the house of possessions. So maybe there's some possession that there's just a lot of communication about, something that you own, an asset possibly. And on the second half of the month, that'll go into your third house. So again, planet of communication in the house of communication. So this will be a lot of writing, publishing, communicating, talking over the phone, writing letters, emailing, anything of that sort. Definitely be a lot of talking to people. Saturn will be retrograde in your 10th house, and it'll be retrograde for a while. Saturn is the house of recognition, career. It's a very public part of your chart where maybe you're being recognized for something within your career. You're having accolades with regards to work or awards. Saturn is the planet of restriction. So I don't know if there's some kind of tension there with regards to, that public recognition or recognition within your workplace or something of those sorts. It'll be interesting to see how this plays out. The retrograde kind of brings you back into it, makes you revisit things and reevaluate things that you've kind of brushed under the rug. So this would be a time maybe where you're going back and looking at possibly going for some kind of recognition or award that you have not focused on before, but you've always kind of wanted to. It really kind of makes you go back and reevaluate what you're looking for. And this time it's within regards to your career and public recognition. Pluto is in your 12th house, and that will go retrograde on the 13th. Pluto is the planet of structure and rebirth, so it kind of knocks things down in order to rebuild them. And this too, with the retrograde motion, will help you reevaluate something in that part of your chart. Now, the 12th house is an interesting house. It's kind of a more introspective, it has to do with institutions, so it could be, hospitals, schools, any kind of like firm institutionalized foundation. Also secrets, spirituality. So with Pluto going retrograde in that place, it's going to make you kind of, again, go back and reevaluate, revisit some issues. Maybe there was a gossip issue going on that you kind of ignored for a while, and this is going to make you really it's going to kind of force you to focus on it and try to rectify the situation. There's a lunar eclipse this month on the 25th in your 10th house. Lunar eclipses tend to be a little bit more emotional than your average full moon, and the effects of it tend to last a little bit longer. Sometimes it can signify the ending of something, and this is in your 10th house. Your 10th house is, again, your house of career and recognition. So maybe this focus that you have within your, with Saturn there in your 10th house, maybe you're kind of coming to the end so you can rebuild something with regards to your career and recognition. So it'll be interesting. I'd love to hear your feedback on how that goes for a lot of you Aquarius out there. You can go to my website. I have a much more detailed forecast on my website at astrologykiki.com. Thank you.